Today we are talking about the root chakra. If this interests you, stick around and let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Veronica and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm glad you found me. And if you're already part of the family and you're coming back, thank you. I'm glad to see you and you know I love you. I teach people about easy, practical spirituality and intentional living and all of the things that go into that. No topic is off limits, seriously. We talk about everything. We talk about spirit guides and dreams and reincarnation and pendulums and aliens and like all the things. So if this interests you, please hit the subscribe button below. I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything good. So this is part of the chakra series that I have been working on. And I wanted to break down all of the chakras in short little digestible bits that give you an overview of what you're working with and how to work with them and how to heal yourself, how to better the quality of your life. So you can find the other parts of this linked below or on my channel. There is a playlist for the chakra series and go from there. So this is actually the second video in that series, and it is for chakra number 1. The first video was just a general overview of all the chakras. This is number 1, and it is for the root chakra. So the root chakra is located right around your tailbone. It is associated with the color red and associated with the sound lam, L-A-M. It deals with issues around safety and security and shelter, survival, and also deals with the grounding of your energy. So if you've had any issues in childhood or any traumas through your life, you'll likely have issues with your root chakra. I think it happens to the best of us. I think that's just human nature. We've all gone through some stuff, right? It's just a matter of how does your stuff show up. Unfortunately, this is also why most little kids, their favorite color is red. It's because when you're born and then through your childhood, you are dealing with issues of safety and security and learning how to feel safe in the world, right? So their favorite color is probably red. Mine used to be. They're learning to establish trust and to trust the people around them and to trust their place in the world. So what happens when your root chakra is blocked? How do you know when it's out of whack? Well, first and foremost, you're probably going to notice some things about your personality or a personality of someone you're dealing with, and you're like, you got a blocked root chakra, brother. You're most likely going to be kind of a cynical person, maybe a little jaded, maybe a little bitter. You'll possibly have issues with commitment and trust. Now keep in mind, you don't have to have all of these. You can just have one of them. But this list of traits are things that you can see if your root chakra is blocked. You will tend to be a little bit negative, maybe controlling. You'll probably be judgmental of other people. You can be a little paranoid. You can be a little greedy because you want to hoard that money because it's mine. What if something happens? I'll need it. You don't feel safe. You don't trust. You might be a hoarder. You might be a prepper. No offense. Don't come for me. I'm just saying. You want to make sure you have enough. You want to make sure you're safe. You need to feel safe. You know what I mean? So you perhaps might have issues in your relationships. You might notice that you have a fear of commitment. You don't really want to get married. You are afraid to have children. You either think they'll cramp your lifestyle, or you're afraid that you won't be safe for your children. You had awful parents and you're afraid you'll be an awful parent. You're afraid to become a parent. Perhaps you're leery around strangers. Most simply put, you have issues related to commitment and or being vulnerable. Like you might be married, you just have a lot of trouble opening up. You might be emotionally unavailable. You might have a lot of trouble being vulnerable with the people in your life and really sharing your true self or your true heart. So let's talk about some of the physical issues that can develop when your root chakra needs some attention. Well, you'll probably notice issues with your bowels, like irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, or other bowel diseases or bowel issues. If you're a male, you might notice issues with your prostate. Male or female, you might have issues with hemorrhoids. So how do you fix it? How do you work on your root chakra if you notice issues or you think that you need to do some work? Well, just like with any of the other chakras, I'll always say that the easiest and most effective way to do that is to meditate on them. And I always get a lot of questions about what does that mean? What does it mean to meditate on a chakra? Simple enough. You can go into YouTube, type in root chakra meditation, and a whole slew of them will pop up. They'll probably be associated with the color red. Other chakras, they'll be associated with that color. And you just push play and you meditate while it plays. The most important thing about it is that it's usually created in a certain frequency or with a certain hertz that is associated with that specific chakra. So when you're listening to it, that frequency is playing and it's benefiting that chakra. You can also visualize the color red while you're meditating. You can drink red. Drink red Kool-Aid, drink red juice, drink red wine if you want to. Just saying. You can drink out of a red glass. You can wear the color red. Just have the intention that whatever I do today with the color red will benefit my root chakra. And the other thing that you can do to really benefit your root chakra is to ground your energy. Various ways you can do that would be to go barefoot. Go stand in the grass barefoot. Take off your slippers or your shoes and walk around barefoot. You can take a lot of baths, a lot of showers. You might notice that you are drawn to swimming. You just can't get enough. You really want to be around the water. If you're a gardener or a plant person, you can go get your hands in the soil. You can go hug a tree. I'm not even kidding. Go be a tree hugger. Lean against a tree and read a book. Those trees will get you right every time. And if you don't have access to real trees, you can always just ask your spirit guide to align you with the energy of an oak tree. I mean, sometimes when I'm really stressed out or anxious, I'll ask to be aligned with the energy of a forest. Give me all the trees. I need some help. Give me all the trees. So that can help if you don't have access to an actual tree. So you can also focus on shadow work. This is where you do some deep diving into the issues that may be causing the blockage. It's like mini therapy. You can always find a ton of journaling prompts on Google or anywhere else that, just type in like root chakra journal prompts and see what comes up. And then you just write a little bit with that. You can just think of what issues you have and where did they come from. If you have an issue with trust, fear of commitment, I don't want to get married, I'm terrified to get married, where does that come from? Perhaps you can say, I've seen a lot of people get stuck in abusive marriages. Or I watched my grandparents be married for 50 years, but they were miserable. Once you've identified the problem, do a little bit more work. Dig into it and figure out why you feel that way. Let's do this. Hypothetically, if I was dealing with this situation, I might say, well, yeah, I watched my grandparents be married and they were miserable. But do I think that I'm a person who would settle for that? Mm-mm. I'm someone who can't stand dissonance in a relationship. I'm a person that when I'm in a relationship, I work really, really hard to foster intimacy and connection with my partner. If there's issues, I face them. I make sure to show them affection, etc., etc., etc. So I would create a relationship that's better than that. And if I happen to find myself with a partner who's not doing the same work and I notice that it is going south, then I trust myself enough to keep myself safe and to get myself out of there. I wouldn't settle for that, and I would send them on with peace and love, and I would leave. I would not be stuck there. You know what I'm saying? Like, process the work that needs to be done to help heal those fears that you have. If you need to go to actual therapy, do that. It might help you. If you have traumas you need to deal with, go deal with them. No shame in that. We've all been there. I went to years of therapy for traumas I had. You can also find certain mantras to use when you're meditating or to repeat throughout the day. First of all, you can use the one that I mentioned earlier. What was it that's associated with the root chakra? Is it LAM, did I say? L-A-M? So when you're meditating, when you first sit down and meditate, you can just in your mind or out loud, just repeat that. LAM, LAM. Another mantra that was helpful with this chakra is, I am safe and stable. I am safe and stable. You can even just say, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe and stable. Repeat it to yourself throughout the day whenever you're feeling any kind of anxiety or fear or anything. I am safe and stable. Some crystals that will benefit the root chakra, they might be black obsidian, bloodstone, tourmaline, red coral, red jasper, onyx, and mahogany. Does anyone else hear Effie from the Hunger Games when they say the word mahogany? I'm like, that is mahogany. What is your favorite way to deal with your root chakra? What is your favorite way? What's your favorite stone to carry? What's your favorite mantra or chant to use? What's your favorite thing to do to help your root chakra? Leave it in the comments below and let's learn from each other. And if you haven't yet, please hit the like and subscribe buttons because it helps me so much and I would appreciate it. Thanks, you guys. Go find some joy. Until next time.